What's up, guys? A lot has happened in the MMA world recently. Ilia Topuria, Alex Pereira, Cyril Gane, and Justin Gaethje all met up at the White House and answered questions and took pictures with Donald Trump and faced off in front of that White House. And those face-offs actually revealed a lot more than I thought they would. Khamzat dropped sparring footage of him and Sean, and it also revealed a lot more than I thought it would. And it may have affected my picks for this weekend's fight. Islam says that Ian Gary is not yet booked to fight him, and he's still open to looking for opponents and says he may be interested in Carlos Prates. And multiple fight announcements have been announced. So we're going to cover all of that in today's video. Starting off, Ilia Topuria, Justin Gaethje, Alex Pereira, Cyril Gane all have met up at the White House to take pictures and answer questions with Donald Trump. And there, it was also revealed that there will be a custom belt on the line for these fights at the White House. Now, in my opinion, that's kind of stupid. This feels like a WWE sort of thing that it feels like it's delegitimizing the belts a little bit. It makes the official belts feel like a BMF belt, but it's something small. I'm not too mad about it. If they want to do it, go ahead. Maybe some people will like it. It's not my thing, though. But what's more important about these White House face-offs is that look at the size of Alex Pereira. I was expecting him to come in here and actually be a little bit smaller, a little bit shorter than Cyril Gane, even though they're listed as the same height. I was sure that Gane may have some sort of height advantage against him. Yet somehow Alex Pereira always seems to be bigger by a couple inches than every single one of his opponents. I think Alex Pereira may be one of those guys who just lies about his weight. About his height. He was the same height just about as Tyson Fury. He was 6'9". He's taller than every single one of his opponents. Even Dominic Reyes, who he trained with, who supposedly is 6'4" as well, he was very visibly taller than him. And now he's visibly taller than 6'4", maybe even a little taller, Cyril Gane. Alex Pereira is not 6'4". He has to be taller than that. So this is shocking. And his frame does not look too much smaller than Gane's either. I think a lot of questions about whether or not Alex Pereira will be ready for the heavyweight division were answered just by this right here. He clearly has a heavyweight frame, and off season, we know he gets up to that size. But even right now, height-wise, everything, he clearly will be good at heavyweight. Here's some more pictures that we have. And this one is actually with Ilia Topuria as well. And this revealed something too. Ilia Topuria really is smaller than these guys at lightweight. He may be thick. You can tell from his abs. They're very, very thick. His legs, very large. But height-wise, he's a decent bit shorter than Justin Gaethje. And now, that does not affect my pick whatsoever. I think he's cleaving Justin Gaethje's chin off his head in the first round. Woo! Yeah. But it does, I won't lie, it does make me a little tiny bit worried. I don't think it'll make a difference. He beat Max Holloway, who was taller than him, beat Oliveira, who was taller than him, and he'll beat Justin Gaethje, who was taller than him. And both of them beat Justin Gaethje pretty dominantly as well. I know MMA math doesn't work, but Justin Gaethje just went to war with Paddy Pimblett, sloppy boppy Paddy Pimblett. Look, the worst he has in his career. My early predictions right now, Ilia Topuria by a first or maybe second round, flatline brutal KO. And now we have some more pictures of Alex Pereira, Cyril Gane, again, visibly at least an inch taller than Cyril Gane. And I think Cyril Gane is taller than 6'4". So this is crazy. I just can't believe it. How big Alex Pereira. I don't mean to sound like Joe Rogan, but how did this guy ever make middleweight? How did he make 185? This man should not weigh 185 at any point in his professional career. He is huge. Just the fact that he did that shows his commitment to his hatred of Izzy. But I'm glad that they've made up now. All right. Another thing I want to comment on. I'm sorry. How did Ali Abdelaziz make it into the White House? This man is a terrorist. I hope that doesn't demonetize me. I'm not even monetized. Who cares? But this man is a terrorist. Speaking inside the White House, this is crazy to me. I don't know. This whole event kind of feels like some sort of sham. Maybe not a sham, but it feels very weird. There's a very strange vibe to it, but I'm not too mad about the event. But this is crazy. Ali Abdelaziz in the White House. I just wanted to point that out really, really quick. And here is Ilia Topuria. He went on a Fox News political show having no clue what was going on. And I thought it was kind of funny. I'm not gonna play the clip because I don't know if it's copyrighted, but that was kind of funny to me. The whole time they were just asking Ilya questions and he had no clue how to answer them. And now another thing that I really want to talk about. This one's big. Islam Makhachev has said that he has not yet signed to fight Ian Gary, and he's willing to fight Carlos Prates since there's more hype around the Prates fight. And he also brought up Kamaru Usman for some reason. I don't understand it. He said he's willing to fight any of them, but he really did want to mention Kamaru Usman. That fight's stupid. It's not happening. If it does, it's a sham. But I think we've passed the point where the UFC would even consider it until Usman wins another fight. But what's more interesting about this is that he does not yet have a fight booked, and that's kind of concerning. He's been out for just about 8 months now with no fight booked, maybe 6 months, probably closer to 6 months now, but with no fight booked. Probably he's going to have at least a 2-month training camp. That's going to be 8 months out the octagon, no injuries, no damage from his last fight. He claimed to not have had a broken hand and that the reason he didn't fight at the White House is because Ilia turned it down. Well, if that's true, then why is he not fighting for so long? Is he trying to tell us that he's completely uninjured and fine and just sitting out and not fighting while Ilia is fighting on the White House, but Ilia's the one who ducked Islam? That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why Islam's sitting out for so long, but he needs a fight booked ASAP because people may think 6 months isn't too long for a champ to sit out, but it's the fact that he's sitting out this long and he still does not have a fight booked. That's a minimum of 8 months out. And I'm not the type of guy to say Dagestanis are, ducking fights, they're waiting out, being inactive. But that's exactly what Islam's doing. He's sitting out, he's being inactive. He took 0 damage in his last fight that aged not too good over the weekend, by the way. Prates beat JDM just as dominantly, but more dominantly, in my opinion, because he finished him and actually damaged him. So his only win at welterweight aged pretty horribly, and he has not fought for 8 months. He's only getting older as well. It's not a good look for him. At least when Ilia was sitting out, it was because he had some sort of issue. The first time he had to wait after he beat Volk, he had to wait for Max Holloway to be ready to fight. And then he had to move up, bulk up to lightweight to fight Oliveira. And now, between this fight and his last, he was going through a divorce, very messy divorce. He had a reason to sit out. Islam has no reason to sit out right now. And it's just crazy to me how long he's been sitting out. But hopefully he gets the fight booked. Hopefully it's Ian Gary. The Ian Gary fight is what should be next. Ian Gary did beat Prates not too long ago, and I believe Ian has better takedown defense, better grappling. Prates was taken down pretty easily by JDM and had his back taken. I don't really want to see that Islam fight yet until Prates can show a little bit more takedown defense, or even if he doesn't, at least get the Ian Gary fight first. Prates can sit out and get the next title shot. But yeah, so that's a little bit concerning. However, we have something more concerning to cover. It does look like Khamzat Chimaev may have a staph infection. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, look right here. You see that? That does look a little bit like staph right there. Kind of the pink. That may be a sore. I'm not sure what it is. So watch out for that. His cardio has already been notoriously pretty, one of his weaker points. But if he has staph as well, again, I'll zoom in on it for anyone who didn't see right here. Staph, clear as day. That might be the clearest case of staph I've ever seen. Yeah, fingers crossed. It's nothing, but it's pretty obviously staph. Let me zoom in on it one more time. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, so let's hope that doesn't affect his cardio. But in all seriousness, we have some fight announcements. Ethan Ewing. How am I forgetting how to say his last name? Anyway, versus Fareed Basharat. That's a great fight. Ethan Ewing this will be his third fight in the UFC against his third undefeated opponent, and I think he's going 3 for 3 on all of them. Ethan is a great boxer. His boxing is so slick. It flows so nicely. And Basharat, I haven't been too impressed with him in his previous fights. All of them have been either pretty close or against people who aren't that good. He's never really had a dominant performance that's wowed me. And I think Ethan will perform like I expect him to. I know that's kind of it's a weird saying he'll perform. I think he'll perform how I think he'll perform. But I don't know. His boxing is slick. He's shown good takedown defense, good range management. Basharat has never shown, even against lower levels of competition, the type of dominance that Ethan did in his last fight. And his last opponent is better than a lot of opponents Basharat has had, and Basharat's never performed like that. In fact, I think Basharat lost his last fight, in my opinion. I forget who it was against. It was against the Brazilian guy. Uh, I think he fought Rob Font. Pretty sure Rob Font dominated him. Maybe not dominated. No, I think Rob Font kind of robbed him. But I don't know. I just don't think Ethan is that. I mean, Basharat is that elite, that good. So I think this will be 3 out of 3 undefeated fighters beaten by Ethan Ewing. Fingers crossed. Let's hope so. And another fight we have Giga Chikadze versus Vinicius Oliveira. This is a pretty good fight, but it's also a fight where I have no idea how it'll go. Maybe Vinicius Oliveira was truly just weight drained in his last fight. Maybe he was just injured with a broken arm, I believe he had. Uh, what he said he had, at least. I'm not sure how much I believe that. But maybe all those things are true, and that's why he performed so bad against Mario Bautista. But I don't know. Giga's a tall, lanky guy. Vinicius Oliveira is used to weight mugging and just physicality mugging people. I don't know if he'll be able to do that to Giga, especially up a weight class. Maybe the no less of a weight cut will help Vinicius Oliveira, but I just don't see him having the technique to hang with Giga on the feet or having the physicality to hang with Giga on the ground, or at least get it to the ground consistently and dominantly. I think I pretty easily have Giga in this one, but he may be washed, which is a little concerning. But he was also beating I'm not a casual, guys. Knocked out Josh Emmett in his last fight. Fought John Silva in Contender Series. I'm not a casual. Guys, I'm not a casual. What's his name? Um, um, he's a boxer. Big, this is boxing. Oh no. What's his name? You guys know who I'm talking about, right? Uh, don't tell me. Kevin Vallejos. Kevin Vallejos. Woo! I'm not a casual. Kevin Vallejos. You guys heard that. Kevin Vallejos. I think Gigo pretty easily was winning the striking in the first round against Kevin Vallejos. Maybe that's just a matchup thing, but he can't be too washed. Yeah, Vallejos knocked him out in the second round, but Vallejos is really, really good in my opinion. I rate him pretty highly, and Gigo was doing good against him until he wasn't. I think Vallejos would pretty easily beat Vinicius Oliveira as well without Oliveira having any real success against him. So for that reason, I think I'll pick Giga. I think this is mostly going to take place on the feet because Vinicius Oliveira, I don't think he'll be able to consistently get this fight to the ground. And I just see Giga winning that pretty easily. So give me Giga by a decision. That's my early prediction. And that's about everything that needs to be covered today. Let's see. Did we cover everything? Yes, we did. Oh, no, we did not. The sparring footage between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland was released. Let's watch a little bit of this. I'm not really seeing anything, and I have no clue why Khamzat released this footage. It doesn't make him look good. It doesn't really do anything, and I'm wondering if he strikes like this, so bouncy, so twitchy. I think this is why he gets tired when he strikes so much. Look at the amount of fast twitch amount of twitching he's doing. Everything he's doing will gas him out just quicker on the feet. That's kind of concerning, and the fact that he only posted this footage shows that for some reason he thought that this was the best footage for him to post. So I'm thinking maybe when he was actually sparring Sean, he could not take him down. Or when he was taking him down, Sean was just getting right back up. So he decided he had to strike on the feet to preserve energy, while Sean is pretty easily avoiding anything he's throwing. And I know Sean's not really landing, but looking at the two of them, Khamzat's pretty easily using way more energy. The longer this fight goes, this is kind of making me a little bit concerned for Khamzat. And last thing to cover, a new curse has been revealed. Non-custom UFC champ shorts are 0-5 in title fights since the introduction of them. Fan did not get the custom shorts. I may have to switch my pick. But that was about it for today. What do you guys think about everything I said? Let me know in the comments. Remember to follow, subscribe, share this video with your friends and family. And also let me know, should I get a face cam? I have a pretty crappy face cam, but I don't really feel like blessing you guys with my beautiful face on that crappy face cam. But if you guys want, I will start using it. So just let me know. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Peace.